Hello guys, it's me Daniel96 back here for another video, and today we'll be making our round 18 tips of the 2024 AFL season. So round 17 has come to an end, and what about that round? There were so many upsets. Yeah, that was a pretty hard round to tip. We got 5 out of 9 tips correct. Yeah, starting with the first game, Collingwood did lose to Essendon. Then looking down here, and North finally get a win in Victoria, and Port getting the job done against the Bulldogs. Geelong with a great win, and Carlton almost, yeah, I don't know what happened. Like, that was such a confusing game, a roller coaster. And yeah, the Giants, they look back on. And then looking down here, Freo got the job done easily, Melbourne got the job done easily, and then, my word, I don't know what happened down here. St Kilda, they pull off something out of the blue. And then finally the Lions just get it done against the Crows. So yeah, overall it was a pretty hard round to tip. And now you can see the predicted versus actual margins, and yeah, just a mixed range of results. Some results we went pretty good, some were pretty bad, but yeah, that round just had many upsets, and yeah, we're really closing into that season. And so yeah, without further ado, let's have a look at round 18. So round 18 is here, all 9 games. You can see the ladder on the right. It is really tight. It's as close as it's ever been, I think, in quite some time. And yeah, starting off with the first game, and this is massive. This is going to be absolutely huge. It's between Collingwood and Geelong, playing at the G on the Friday night, and as you can see, it looks fairly even. Let's start with Collingwood, and yeah, they did lose against Essendon. It was a tight game throughout the match, but yeah, the Bombers got it done. And yeah, some question marks for Collingwood. They are a good team, but they always fall behind. And as for Geelong, I mean, yeah, that win couldn't have been any more better against the Hawks, and yeah, they sit 5th, which is a really good spot at the moment. But this presents the challenge for both of these teams. This is going to be a really interesting watch. I really don't have any clear winners on this one. Yeah, this is definitely game of the round. It's going to be absolutely hard to tip. And it's a pretty big game. I mean, if Geelong win, then they can still stay within the top 5 even. And if Collingwood win, well, they can get themselves back into the 8. But yeah, big crowd, I can assume. Probably going to be sold out, but this has a lot riding on it, and this is what we like, especially towards the end of the season. So yeah, to kick things off, yeah, this game's really 50-50. I mean, I could tip Collingwood, I could tip Geelong, but for this game, I think Collingwood can come back in this one. I mean, I've been tipping Geelong a lot, and if Geelong win, I wouldn't be surprised, but I think just for this game, I think Collingwood will bounce back, get the important win, and bring themselves back into the A. I'm tipping them to win by 14 points, and I'm rating this game a 91. Next, we look at the Saturday games, and just like the usual, there is 5 of them. That's always a lot of games, but yeah, starting with the first one, yeah, it's pretty one-sided. It's between Sydney and North, playing at the SCG, and well, I think this game will be more interesting than it seems. I mean, 99% to 1%, that says a lot. But yeah, starting with Sydney, and well, yeah, it's been a disappointing past 2 weeks with those losses. But yeah, they've been close. It hasn't been blown out. They still haven't lost by a big margin. It's been pretty close, but yeah, another loss, but they still sit comfortably in the top. And as for North, I mean, phenomenal win against the Gold Coast at Marvel. They haven't done so in a while, so it's always good to see them get a win, especially at home. They haven't done that in quite a while. But I think this game will be much different. I mean, Sydney, I mean, they've had a stellar season, and yeah, to see them lose this game would be hard to imagine. Yeah, that would be absolutely crazy, but I don't think it's happening this time. I don't think it's happening. North will put in a fight for sure, but yeah, Sydney just got to get a win just to get back their momentum. I think they're just taking a careful approach towards finals. They want to prioritize on that, since they sit top, and I think they will finish top. But yeah, to put it simply, I think Sydney should get this job done. In simple fashion, I am predicting the margin to be 29 points. And yeah, I'm rating this game as 75. Now looking at the next game at the same time. And yeah, this one is way more interesting. And this is going to be really exciting to watch. I can't wait for this one. I don't know about you guys, but this is going to be a cracking game. It's between Hawthorn and Fremantle playing in Launceston. And yeah, this one is going to be a blockbuster. Starting with Hawthorn, they did lose finally against Geelong in Geelong. It's always a hard place to play, so I guess you can call that an honourable loss, I guess. And as for Freo, yeah, just the great dominant win against Richmond, and yeah, it was fun to watch them. They scored 100, which they don't usually do, but yeah, it was just fun to watch. And it's crazy how Fremantle sit third out of all positions. That, yeah, it's been crazy. They've had their ups and downs, and at the moment they're in their ups. They are closing in towards that top 8 spot. Well, now they sit top 4. They could potentially finish top 4. And for Hawthorn, everything needs to go right for them. They need this win. I don't think they can afford any losses at this stage. Yeah, they need to play finals, and for them to do so, they need to win every game. And well, this one's interesting. Fremantle are the favourites, and I can see why. They've had a pretty good past couple weeks, but I think for this game, and it's going to be a tough game for sure, a really tight game, I am going to tip Hawthorn. I think when they play in Launceston, I think they're a different team. They play much better there. It's sort of like their fortress. They are hard to beat there. And yeah, I'm going to tip Hawthorn for this one. But yeah, this is going to be a tight game. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm tipping them to win by 22 points. And I'm rating this game an 89. Now looking at the next game, and another big game. What is this round? This has a lot of crazy games. And well, where do I even start? It's between the Bulldogs and Carlton playing at Marvel Stadium on the twilight spot. And yeah, I mean, the odds are uneven here, but this is more of another 50-50 game. I mean, first talking about Carlton, yeah, they did lose against the Giants last game, and to be fair, they did come back in the end, but it wasn't enough. They had a great first quarter, but then afterwards just sort of fell away. And as for the Bulldogs, yeah, it wasn't a great loss. Yeah, it was not a good performance. Against Port Adelaide, they had a big chance, but yeah, it just didn't pull off. So now they head home, and yeah, both of these teams play at their home stadium, so this will be always exciting to watch. I can imagine a big crowd for this game as well. But yeah, really a lot of riding in this game. Carlton's second spot is vulnerable with Fremantle, and even Essendon and Geelong. So they got to get this win if they want to stay away from that. But yeah, the Bulldogs, I think this is more important for them. I mean, if they want to win, then they can get themselves back in the 8 for a while. I don't think it'll stay there that long though. So yeah, they just got to get these wins now. It's at an important stage of the season. But as we've seen for the past couple of weeks now, anything can happen. And I wouldn't be surprised if either team wins. But yeah, this is going to be a fairly simple tip, I reckon. But I'm excited for this game. This is going to be one of the games of the round. And although I think the Bulldogs will put on the fight for sure, I think it'll be a really close game. But I think Carlton, I mean, it's hard to look away against Carlton. They are a powerful team. They can come back from 30 points down, 40, 50. Who knows? They are still a good team. They score high, and yeah, I'm excited to see what they can do. So yeah, I think Carlton will get the win by 13 points. And I'm rating this game a 90. The next game we're going to look at is down here, the 2 Saturday night games. We're going to look at the first one. And this one even, I mean, I thought this would be more one-sided, but considering what happened on Sunday, this sets up to be a big game. Yeah, it's between Adelaide versus St Kilda, playing at the Adelaide Oval, and yeah, this, I mean, doesn't have much riding, but this should be a good game to watch. Starting with Adelaide, I mean, it was another loss on the road, but overall, it wasn't a bad game from them. It wasn't a bad game. They did pretty well against a pretty good Brisbane side, so I guess you can take that for that. And as for the Saints, I mean, look, the last team I would expect them to beat Sydney is them. I mean, out of all the teams, they managed to beat Sydney. How does that work? I don't know. But now they're travelling to Adelaide Oval, which they have played this year before against Adelaide back in Anzac round, and they weren't too bad. They definitely missed their chances, but yeah, they're back there again, and this will be very, very interesting to watch. And yeah, another game that I'm predicting to be a close one, and well, yeah, Adelaide season is basically done. They're not making finals. So are the Saints, I think. It's way too far out of reach, but yeah, let's just see what these two teams can do, and yeah, to see what they can pull off. So for that, St Kilda's performance was great against Sydney, but yeah, for this game I'm gonna give it to Adelaide. I think their performance against Brisbane was really good, and their win against the Giants not long ago was great. So yeah, I think they'll get the job done once again by 16 points. And yeah, I'm rating this game a 79. This should be exciting. And the last Saturday night game we're going to look at is down here. It's between Melbourne versus Essendon, playing at the MCG. And well, I'm going to say it again, this is going to be an exciting match. I mean, what's with this round? There's like so many blockbusters that we've got up here, and yeah, it just doesn't stop. I mean, yeah, where do we start? Let's start with Essendon. I mean, yeah, Friday night I was very nervous for them, but they got the job done against Collingwood, and all of a sudden their top 4 spot is, you know, looking pretty good. But they faced a challenge against Melbourne, who got a pretty good win against West Coast. I mean, it was kind of expected Melbourne would do that, but yeah, it was just the win that they needed, and give them some confidence. Melbourne still sit out the 8th, and yeah, it is definitely getting challenging for them to make it back into the 8th. They can still do it, definitely, but they need everything to go right, especially in this game. So yeah, big opportunities for both these teams. I think this is a more important game for Melbourne, because as I said, we're coming into that later stage of the season, and at this moment you need to take any win that you can get. But Essendon have the much more confidence. I mean, they beat Collingwood. They've been close against the other teams, such as Carlton. Yeah, Geelong, if it wasn't those free kicks. Yeah, just many other teams. They drew with Collingwood before. Surely they can beat Melbourne once again. And yeah, that is where my tip is going to go. I am going to tip Essendon to get the win and keep themselves into the top 4. So yeah, it should be fun to watch. And yeah, it's going to be a close game, I reckon. I am tipping them to win by 11 points. And I'm rating this game an 85. Now looking at the last 3 games of this round. And yeah, let's start with the first one straight away. Another big game. What is going on in this round? I mean, this might be even bigger. This is going to be huge. It's between Gold Coast and Port Adelaide, playing at People's First Stadium in the Gold Coast. And honestly, it's going to be one way or the other. I say that because, well, at the moment, Gold Coast has still not lost their home game in the Gold Coast, and Port have only lost to Gold Coast once. So we might see one record being broken from either way. But yeah, talking about Gold Coast first, I mean, yeah, they just can't win away from home. They can't even meet North. If they had won at least like 3 away games, they would definitely sit within the 8 in a comfortable position, and oh, they missed out on that. And as for Port, I mean, finally they get a good win. A big statement was made, and yeah, it gives them that confidence booster. They just need it to stay in the 8 at least. But yeah, this sets up for a massive game, and honestly, this is another game that I can't tip. I really don't know who is going to win this one. Gold Coast are a different side when they play at home. They are a formidable force. They beat Collingwood, they beat Essendon. Yeah, they beat all the good teams, and yeah, this might be their biggest challenge against Port, who haven't lost at that ground at all So will we see a record being broken? I'm not too sure, but yeah, for this game, it is 50-50. I really can't tip. I'd love to see Port win this game. I'd love to see them. Obviously, if you don't know, I support them. But yeah, for this game, I'm going to tip the Gold Coast Suns to get this win, continue their streak, and to get themselves back within the chances of top 8. Yeah, so yeah, I'm tipping them to win by 9 points, and I'm rating this game an 87. Now there's 2 more games and they're more one-sided, so yeah, they're going to be least interesting, but let's have a look at them. The first one between Richmond and GWS, playing in the Sunday afternoon at the MCG, and as you can see by the odds, it is very one-sided. Let's start with the Giants here. They got probably one of their best home and away wins in a long time. I mean, I thought they were out of it by quarter time. I thought they were done and dusted. But all of a sudden, they just kicked goals after goals after goals, and well, now they look back, and you know what? They might have this late surge again. Whereas as for Richmond, they sit 18th for the first time since the 18 teams were implemented. And well, what can you say? I mean, I guess they're just gonna hope to get a pick 1 once again, and well, yeah, I don't know what else. Been a disappointing season for them, and well, they can, I don't know, if they win this one, that would be absolutely crazy. But I'd love to see them at least just pull in the fight, make the game interesting against the Giants. The Giants need to win to stay within the 8. They sit currently in 8th spot, and as you know, the season's getting tighter, so this is a big game for them, and they want to win big. They want to get that percentage booster. Yeah, this should be a really important game to watch. Yeah, not much really here to say. I just can't think of anything else to say. I think, yeah, the Giants, yeah, I'm just going to tip them right now. I think the Giants will get the win simply by 33 points. And yeah, I'm rating this game at 66. Finally, we look at the last game, and yeah, another one-sided game, as you would expect. But yeah, this one is West Coast and Brisbane playing at Optus Stadium, and it's actually fact that these 2 teams are playing each other for the first time at Optus Stadium. I don't know how it's taken 6 years, but yeah, finally I guess we get to see both of them play at Optus, and yeah, I guess that makes it more interesting. But yeah, as for West Coast, they are starting to get their losses again. Their losing streak continues. I thought they were out of it. I thought they were done with that. But yeah, they're back to it, and there's gonna be some big scrutiny with the coach. And as for Brisbane, I mean, they're living in the dream at the moment. They have 5 wins in a row. They look good. They sit 7th. After a shocking start of the season, they managed to pull back. So it's been really impressive for them. But yeah, like I said with the previous game, I hope that this game is somewhat interesting. I don't know, just make it close or something. Give yourselves a challenge. Yeah, the West Coast will have their crowd. They always have their crowd there. But Brisbane play really well at the venue. I think they're one of the few teams that play really well at Optus. But yeah, same thing with the previous game. Not much here to say. So I'm just going to make it simple. I'm going to go with the last tip here. I'm going to tip Brisbane to get the win, bring themselves within the 8 once again. And yeah, I'm tipping them to win by 46 points. And I'm rating this game as 63. And just like that, that is my round 18 tips done and dusted. This is going to be an exciting round to watch. And yeah, it should be interesting. I don't know what to expect. Are we going to see some upsets? I don't know. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next time. Bye bye.